Can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, fine. Then we'll go ahead. Start it. Till the time the network should work out in uh, WhatsApp. So, I was telling you about this. So, why this person? So,
Don't please
yeah,
ask a
the
question.
last.
If you're lost, please just ask a question. The importance of research. I know the network is terrible tonight, but a lot of us managed to join in. So if you did, how did you find today's class? Okay, I see Adiola is typing.
Okay.
Can you unmute your mic? Adiola, please unmute your
Yes.
mic so you can ask.
Okay. So, that question. Okay, that question. Pardon me, I don't have a hear that.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We just need your voice.
My question is on that last statement of the last slide where we have avoid adapting, we don't have like, yes, right. I was talking like some of those things that was done so many personalities of the past or where in whatever cases, is there a special kind of permission they get before they do such things? Like maybe doing something, talk about manifesting and doing for example. Yeah, yeah, they're supposed to go through permission before the do things right. Okay. Okay, I got the question. I got the question.
Okay.
Yeah. So the question was, uh, what is the social product? So whenever we are dealing with the personalities and a biography, it is kind of a biography film, Nelson Mandela. So whenever we are adapting their life, then we have to the permission. Of course, we have to take a permission. And I don't know about the Nelson Mandela, but there are many films in India, which is biographical, and in India, there they're kind of if you wanted to make a biography of anything, like for example, say we have to make a biography on one of the actor of Bollywood film, then we have to take their permission. Some of them do charge, like because we are making film on their life, so they do charge. Like if you wanted to show my life, then I will charge these things for my story. Like because it is their own story. It is because their own life which we are gonna portray on screen. Then they charge like kind of it is kind of royalty things. So yeah, I hope I have answered. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I actually have a question. Um,
Yes. Yes.
a question. A story like Mandela's, for instance, he's already passed on, right? And I
Yes.
cannot go to him to ask for permission to write or shoot his story. And if I were doing
Right.
like a documentary film where I have to ask questions from his probably his family, his grandchildren, his wives, and all of that, are they going to charge me
Right.
to answer my questions because I want to shoot a story on Mandela's life?
Okay. Okay. But okay, that all depends on this person's actually. Uh, they might or they might not. Maybe they will not charge you because Mandela is very historic person. Like their work is very well known and people do documentaries on them. There's yes of documentaries are available on Mandela, which are done from world of the universe. So I don't think they will charge, but there are persons, I will not say every person, but there are persons who charges also.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
as a researcher, I know you have like tips and tricks on how to avoid paying certain amounts. I don't know. I know you told me you said you returned from a trip where you were doing a research on a story, right? So
Yeah.
when it comes to normal stories, today we learned about different genres of storytelling and script writing. So I'm
Mm.
looking at research in, if I'm not just doing a documentary for instance, and I'm doing probably a romance story, what kind of areas am I going to
Mm.
go to get content, like research into such, to get content for that kind of genre? How do I research into such stories?
Okay, for that also you have to research, because for that maybe a story point of research will be not there, but you have to research how your character will be, how your where your story will be based, how your character will, you know, how they will act, how they will, interact. So in the characterization where you have to research anyway in everything, or for the situations also you have to research that you know what kind of situations are there, whether it will happen here, or it can happen here in futures where I'm saying. So yeah, so that will yeah, in that also research will be there. We can't just say that we can't research and just we'll just do everything. We can't say.
Okay, thank you. I think my question is a bit answered now. Does anyone else have
Yeah.
a question to ask our facilitator tonight?
Yes, I would ask one more question.
Okay.
Mm, yeah, yes.
If, for example, this time you are not researching, especially as an outsider, let's say
Mm,
you happen to be a witness to the, let's take my president, former president, Barack Obama, for example.
mm,
He had a book just dropped on
mm,
immigration as part of his experience
mm,
in Africa. If that book was supposed to become a such a book, now he no, he witnessed personally in some of those events, but other people are involved in the story. Other people are involved in all of those things that happen. So, if, for example,
mm.
his film is going to feature what conversations he once had with his vice president, with some other people in the cabinet, and all that, does he need to take permission
Mm.
from those people also, even though he witnessed what happened and he heard all of those things by himself?
Suppose you, if you got a permission, then whatever is there in the book, which is which is the real things only. So yeah, you can show whatever you. If it is real, you can show, right? Hope I have answered your question.
Yes, you are.
Okay, any other question? Are we all good? Does anyone have a question on researching stories and research into storytelling? Or we all understand the importance of researching now? This is your opportunity to ask. Don't start asking on the group.
I have a question as well.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Please. You talked about when you were talking about what is research. You talked about future perspective and past perspective. So if you want
Yes,
to
yes.
do something concerning the future, how do you research about that? Okay, that is very that's very interesting question. I haven't done anything on the future, but yeah, I would love to. Uh, in that, imagination plays a very vital role. Yeah, if we are talking about the future, and I have told also while I'm discussing about future, then it is a fictitious thing actually. When we are talking about the future, then it is, and sometimes it is based on technology also. Like how much we can do technological things. It is based on these things also. So yeah, if we are talking about the future perspective, then it is everything about imagination and execution. Yes, right.
Okay. Any of the ladies have questions? Anyone has a question to ask about story research? Or are we good to go? Okay, if there is no other question,
Another question, author, yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
okay, Peter. Peter, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, on the importance you talked about grades and the like. Now my question is, well, let's say you you want to talk about some together with all age differences. You want to communicate the certain information to the people regardless of their age, and of course, looking at age difference, people might like certain things and dislike certain things. So, what do you do about that if you want to communicate to all age differences? Maybe probably when you talk about geographical, you want to speak to the whole world, for example. What do you do about that? Okay, that I have uh, okay, that I have said in a way like we have to measure our audience, right? If you are making a film for kids, let's say animated films like you know, let's say Kung Fu Panda kind of film. So it is for kids somewhere, right? Or it is categorized as films for kids. So we have to measure the things. Or there are some films where parental guidance is very important for the kids to watch. So this kind of for this kind of films we have to measure our audience. Like there are films which is have adult content. So yeah, for that we have to measure our audience also, like demographically and geographically also.
Does that answer your question, Peter?
Oh, yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Okay. Okay, Sparkle has a question.
Your voice is breaking. I mean, I'm not able to understand.
Please speak up. Speak up. We can hear you. Okay, Prashant, I think she's asking about the step by step process of researching. She's talking about when she's done with school, if she wants to write or do a documentary on her state, how does she
Okay,
go
okay.
about it? Where
Okay,
does she
states
start
of the
from?
research. Okay. So if you ask me about the states of the research, then I have discussed about the process of the research. Like I frankly say that there's no kind of proper steps for the research. Like there are many filmmakers who like to write their story first, or some of the filmmakers who gets very inspired of some kind of some kind of scene or some kind of situation. Say so they write their situation first, then they write their story first, or then they do research. But there are some filmmakers like that also. Like they like to research first. If we are dealing with something like past or something like historic thing, then they wanted to do research first. Then they go for story. But there are filmmakers like that also. Like they do write their story first, and after that they go for research. So there is no such kind of steps for the research. But yeah, either way we can do research, or we can just follow research process which I have discussed here. We can do that way also.
Okay, I have one more question. When we talk about story research, does this include just story research, or we are researching into every detail, the costume, the kind of people, and all of that? Because I only saw characterization, so I want to know, does it relate to everything or just location and characterization?
Okay, so you're asking about the costume things. Then yes, of course, these things will comes under characterization research, because when we we do research on characters, then we do research on character on a 360-degree way. Like how will they will talk, how will they will presence, how will they what costume will be there, culture they have grown up, because culturally can be there, can be different kind of cultural costumes can be there, or this kind of things can be there. So yeah, in the characterization we can do
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prashant. Thank you for today. Thank you for your time. We truly appreciate you.